Hello everyone, I'm back again with another important video. This time it's The Sound Machine by Roald Dahl. I have 20 questions from this short story as well. If you go through these questions, then you will have a rough idea as to what you will have to study from these texts. These are quick revision reference materials. The question may be different, may be framed using a different language, but the answer will remain more or less the same. Question 1. With close reference to the story, The Sound Machine, describe what Klosner was doing in his workplace in the beginning of the story. How he was peering inside the black box among a mass of different colored wires and silver tubes, how he was inside his makeshift laboratory, and how he was speaking to himself. Yes, and now this one. Is it? Where's my diagram? His concentration was intense, his movements were quick, there was an air of urgency about the way he worked. Highlight these points in this answer. Question 2. You have made me inquisitive. What made Dr. Scott inquisitive? It's just an idea. It has to do with sound, that's all. These words of Klosner make Dr. Scott inquisitive. Especially, he is intrigued by the remarkable complexity of the inside of the black box. It's rather a frightening looking thing, isn't it? Focus on that section. It's on page 100 and 101 of Echoes, a collection of cisce short stories. Question 3. What is the idea that Klosner is trying to prove? Yes, again, it's on page 101. It's just an idea. It has to do with sound, that's all. You know that it can't hear everything. There are sounds that are so low-pitched or so high-pitched that it can't hear them. Elaborate along this point. Next, question 4. What did Klosner do with the simple instrument he made some time ago? So the sound machine is not his only machine. Some time ago, he made a simple instrument that proved to him the existence of many odd, inaudible sounds. It's on page number 103. What is the sound machine designed to do? So this sound machine on the table was designed to pick up sound vibrations that are too high-pitched for reception by the human ear and to convert them to a scale of audible tones. And Klosner tuned it in almost like a radio. Check page number 103. Next, question 5. With close reference to the story, The Sound Machine, write a brief character sketch of Klosner. Again, check the comment section or the description box for the playlist The Sound Machine or cisce Semester 2. You will get this answer over there. Question 6. There stood a black box about 3 feet long, the shape of a child's coffin. Describe the sound machine and why is the quoted statement significant? The figure of speech used here is foreshadowing. Kindly check the easy explanation videos, and there I had discussed in detail the literary device used here, that is foreshadowing. You will have to mention foreshadowing in this answer of question number 6. Why is it compared to a child's coffin again and again? The doctor looked at the long black coffin box. So again and again, this is repeated. What is the significance? Question 7. What is the reaction of Dr. Scott after he learns about Klosner's idea and theory of sounds? The complex innards of the box made him inquisitive, but what is his reaction after he learns about Klosner's theory of sounds? Is he still interested or is he not bothered about it at all? Question 8. How does Roald Dahl bring out the anticipation and apprehension of Klosner as he brings the sound machine in the garden? How did he prepare the machine? So, let's see on which page is this mentioned. Yes, echoes page number 104. As though he were afraid that the machine might not work and afraid also of what might happen. This is apprehension and his anticipation. He was excited, breathing loudly and quickly through his mouth. He kept on talking to himself with little words of comfort and encouragement. Discuss this section for this answer. Question 9. What kind of sound did Klosner hear for the first time in the garden? What did Klosner conclude about this sound? He heard a shriek, a frightful, piercing shriek. Again it came, a throatless, inhuman shriek, sharp and short, very clear and cold. Page number 105. Question 10 now. What is Mrs. Saunders' opinion about her neighbor? Mrs. Saunders thought that Klosner was rather peculiar person. Now it seemed that he had gone completely crazy, but he was not harmless after all. What is her reaction when Klosner informs her about his findings? Yes, she runs away from the garden to her house. 11. What does Klosner do with a small white daisy growing on the lawn? What happens then? Page number 107. Question 12. What does Klosner find out 6 in the morning at the park? Write down the exact things that happened and the exact things that Klosner did at 6 in the morning at the park. The change of setting. The first setting was the makeshift laboratory, and then he moved to the garden, and after that he came to the park. Question 13. Why had Klosner called the doctor to the park early in the morning? This is easy. And in what state did the doctor find him? Find Klosner. The doctor looked at him. He seemed calmer now. There was no sign of madness or hysteria. He was merely disturbed and excited. I'm quoting this from page number 111. The Sound Machine, Echoes, a collection of ISC short stories. Next, question number 14. How is the sound machine destroyed? Bring out the irony. This is very important. Learn the irony involved in the destruction of the sound machine. Question 14 is very important. Question 15. What are the reactions of Klosner and the doctor after their lives are saved? They react differently. And what are the specific reactions? Question 16. The sound machine blends science fiction and environment in a unique way. Discuss. Again, solved and uploaded. Check the description box or the comment section for the appropriate playlist. Question 17. What is Klosner's attitude to nature? This is again very important. Question 18. Science should not ignore its moral obligation. Explain with reference to the sound machine. Klosner is filled with remorse, but in order to prove his theory, in order to make an invention, he hurt the tree, he hurt the daisy, he hurt the rose flowers. So, this proves that science should not ignore its moral obligation. In order to make inventions, scientists do certain things which may go against the natural course of things, the natural scheme of things. Can the scientists and science ignore this moral obligation? Discuss this with reference to the sound machine. Question 19. Mention some absurd actions of Klosner. Why are these significant? Is Klosner an eccentric person? Analyze this in this answer. Question 20. What does Klosner speak about to Dr. Scott after the branch has destroyed his sound machine? What does it tell you about him? Again, his reaction and what does it tell you about him you will have to discuss with reference to the traits of his character as revealed here. Here we come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video and try to solve these questions at least once before you go to the examination hall.